I've been working with Scott for 9 months, and the results have exceeded all expectations. So where I couldn't do one push-up when I started, cranking out 50 now is not a problem. And at 59, I've never felt better.
It achieved my expectations. I had bundles more energy. I especially saw a lot of gains at the start in the lead up to actually Christmas time. I felt a lot fitter, a lot more vibrant. I felt like I had much more energy with my son, and I was beginning to fit into my clothes a lot better.
It's been absolutely incredible. It's transformed my energy levels, my diet, my nutrition, my well-being, and I am getting so many people who haven't seen me since before I started coming up to me and saying, what has happened, because you look so much better.
That my total cholesterol level had dropped by about 20%, and my total testosterone was up by about 60%.
What really amazes me is how the very concise and straightforward workouts are very effective. I thought back then that I really have to work so hard through my workouts, like 5 or 6 times a week, so I can see some progress. Actually, Scott's programs are straight to the point, extremely effective.
When I signed up to the Scott Laidler program at the age of 41, I didn't really know what to expect, having never done an online program before or any kind of structured program. One thing I did not expect was to have abs definition, most commonly known as a six-pack. So for that reason alone, I would give it 5 out of 5.
Everything changed. I have more energy in the morning going to work. I don't have upset stomach anymore. The change, I can't explain it in this 2 minutes video. But I just want to tell you that Scott is the best personal trainer I ever been met.
A couple of years now, have maintained strength, flexibility, actually improved size, strength, flexibility, had great meal plans without having to think about any of it. And the best part is, while I generally look forward to getting up and doing my morning mobility flow and workout right when I wake up,
Scott Laidler has been my personal trainer for over 5 years, and he has made a massive difference to my life, both physically, emotionally, mentally, with nutrition. I'm eating the right food now, I'm exercising regularly, and all thanks to the mindset that he has given me. It's a whole new life, not something I ever thought would really happen, but he knew what to do.
I used him as my personal trainer so that I could lose weight for the wedding. I literally only used him for like the month and a half in the run up to the wedding, and I lost loads of weight and I got to my ideal figure.
I found Scott on the internet and I chose him because he seemed very knowledgeable, and I have been having problems with my knees, so I came to Scott to specifically strengthen my knees, and he's been fantastic. And he's very, very knowledgeable about how your body works and how to improve your training and your strengths where you need it improved, and I would highly recommend him. He's been fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Scott will arrange all my activities for me. He will adjust them anytime I find they're a little too hard or I want something a little more challenging. And I have definitely seen some good improvements in my muscles since working with him.
I chose to work with Scott at a point where I was very frustrated with all the other weight loss programs that I'd tried. Nothing seemed to work. Nothing gave me long-lasting results. I would either like lose 5 pounds and then I'd gain it right back, or 10 pounds and gain it right back. Nothing stuck. Nothing really gave me the building blocks of something that I could use for the rest of my life.
I never had a personal trainer before I started with Scott, and if I'm honest, I was a little bit reticent to go down this route, but a friend of mine recommended him, so I thought I'd give him a shot. I'd always thought that I was reasonably healthy, but I had a blood test that showed that my cholesterol was actually quite high and that my testosterone could do with bumping up a bit as well. So after about 6 months, I had another blood test, and that showed that my total cholesterol level had dropped by about 20%, and my total testosterone was up by about 60%.
I travel a lot. I'm on a plane every week or two and I'm traveling a lot. I've got a young son running around as well, so it's very difficult for me to get to the gym. So I was looking for a solution, a fitness solution that would mean I didn't have to go to an external gym all the time, and that's something I could tune in anywhere in the world. I came across Scott Laidler Fitness online. I felt like it was a great hybrid between personal training and the usage of online technology to help you get fitter?
I was actually working with a personal trainer when COVID hit and could no longer do it in person. So I looked around and found Scott's program, and it's been exactly what I needed. I get meal plans, I get varied workouts tailored to me and what my goals are.
About my amazing experience with Scott's program. It's been absolutely incredible. It's transformed my energy levels, my diet, my nutrition, my well-being, and I'm a lot fitter now than when I started on it. So if you're thinking about signing up, then here's a little taster of what to expect. So first of all, the great thing about Scott is that he really listens to what you want in a program. And for me, I am a musician and I'm a doctor. So my schedule is hectic, and he just really listened to that and has designed a program that fits in with it, that I can stick to. You know, if I've got an 18-hour day in the studio followed by a duty shift the following day, I know that I'm going to have the energy to do it, and I'm going to get my workouts in, I'm going to have my nutrition sorted, and plus I'm going to come out of it feeling good, you know, and able to do my best.
With the work I do have really busy schedule. I do travel between cities, so I always have a hard time finding a time to work out. That's why I decide to look for an online personal trainer. After researching, I found really nice reviews about Scott and decided to go with him.
Hello, my name is Tracy, and I'm a 57-year-old grandmother who has been working with Scott now for probably 5 or 6 months, maybe. I've never really done much with weightlifting throughout my life, although I've always been very active. I have found that, especially as I get older and being female, I really need to work on building up a little more muscle mass and keeping what I do have at this point in my life. Scott will arrange all my activities for me. He will adjust them anytime I find they're a little too hard or I want something a little more challenging. And I have definitely seen some good improvements in my muscles since working with him.
Hello everyone, my name is Razan. I come from the Middle East, and I would like to give my genuine feedback about Scott as a trainer and about his services. So I met Scott around 2 years ago. Post-COVID, I really had a very difficult time due to all the stress and the busy schedule at my work and all the travels and so on. It was really difficult for me to adapt to a healthy and active lifestyle. So I did some thorough research online, and what I was really looking for is someone who could really help me stay committed remotely, at the same time deliver results within my busy schedule.
Well, I have various health concerns and issues, like just shy of 3 months. I've definitely gotten stronger and put on a little bit of size, not too much. My weight kind of stayed the same, which I guess might be a good thing due to the fact that I'm doing strength training and doing cardio. So hopefully I'm doing a little trade-off, muscle for fat. The thing I've enjoyed most is that I can communicate my concerns to Mr. Laidler, and he's very responsive, which is nice. And then we make adjustments as needed. So
when I signed up to the Scott Laidler program at the age of 41, I didn't really know what to expect, having never done an online program before or any kind of structured program. One thing I did not expect was to have abs definition, most commonly known as a six-pack. So for that reason alone, I would give it 5 out of 5. And that's not even taking into account all the other beneficial aspects, such as I've got increased mobility, flexibility. I recommend very much going with the diet and exercise option that he has, because diet is 80% of it. I would say that it helps to have a good home setup, kind of like the one I have. But of course, that's if you're not a member of a gym. Of course, that's probably the most optimal. But I'm sure Scott also has a lot of really good bodyweight exercises. It's really improved my life and improved how I look and how I feel. And for this, I highly, very much recommend it.
And that for me involved a meal plan, 3 muscle building workouts a week, and a handful of other small things like mindfulness, increasing the amount of water I drank, and a bit of steady state cardio exercise as well. I found that all of these things have just become habitual for me, and I think that's one of the nice things about the program, is that it sort of encourages that regular adaptation to the point where those things just become normal. Also, he's not like breathing down your neck all the time. You know, he's not one of those intense kind of trainers. He just kind of sets you up with what you need and leaves you to it, but he's there if you need him as well. And I quite like that. It suits me pretty well. So after about 6 months, I had another blood test, and that showed that my total cholesterol level had dropped by about 20%, and my total testosterone was up by about 60%. Now, I had dietary supplements as part of that. I had things like protein shakes, vitamins, etc., but there was absolutely no prescription medication involved at all, which is really good because that was something I was keen to avoid. As you can see, as a result of all the dumbbell work, I'm now roughly the same size and shape as Chris Hemsworth. Not quite. But I'm now skinny and toned as opposed to just skinny, which is a nice byproduct. So, in short, big thumbs up for Scott and the way he operates, and I wouldn't have a second's hesitation about recommending him.
Actually, what I found was I'm quite technology driven. So the application and the habits that it made you do every day and using that were actually really, really good in helping me achieve my goals. So the goals that I was looking to achieve were, there was a little bit of, reduced body fat. I was looking to get to 17% body fat and then begin to bring that down as well. I was also looking mainly to get energy. My son's 3 years old. I don't sleep as much as I want to. I was looking to, really have like a much higher grade of energy day on day, both at the workplace, but also on the weekends when I'm with my son as well. And in terms of delivery, it was great. I mean, what it did was it pushes you into a conscious level of habit every day. So the way that it's set out is you have a plan that's customized for you. And the app I found was really, really good because it's sort of, if you're task orientated, you tick off things like morning meditation, morning mobility workout, doing the actual workouts themselves, meal plans, and following it. So at the start, it's kind of consciously quite prescriptive that you do, but then it becomes a lot more unconscious as well. And it becomes to a point where you really enjoy ticking off those things. And it's not so much energy and effort to actually do all the 6 or 7 things you need to do every day. So it achieved my expectations. I had bundles more energy. I especially saw a lot of gains at the start in the lead up to actually Christmas time. I felt a lot fitter, a lot more vibrant. I felt like I had much more energy with my son, and I was beginning to fit into my clothes a lot better as well. So for me, it exceeded my expectations as well.
So I contacted Scott, and ever since, it has been for me really a consistent time with him. Scott has provided me with extremely flexible schedules, extremely flexible yet very challenging workouts that could challenge me personally, but at the same time, it worked all around my busy schedule. So I really recommend everyone who has difficulty adapting into new habits, into a healthy lifestyle because of their work or be it social circumstances, to try and enroll in Scott's programs, because Scott has never failed to deliver any kind of information that I need. Even while sharing my personal health constraints, he always worked around a solution to really help me achieve my objectives, yet being very cautious about any case that I had. Not only this, I really gained a lot of knowledge. I think my experience with Scott has been a learning one. I gained a lot of know-how on nutritional points that I should take care of due to some health conditions. And also, what really amazes me is how the very concise and straightforward workouts with are very effective. I thought back then that I really have to work so hard through my workouts, like 5 or 6 times a week, so I can see some progress. Actually, Scott's programs are straight to the point, extremely effective, yet very, very challenging, I would say. But it only made me feel better. It only made me advance in my energy, reduce my stress. My sleep has improved, and a lot of I could really talk of a lot of other improvements that happened.
It's been the best decision that I've ever made, and I love working with Scott because he's so encouraging, and I know I can go to him anytime. And that's something I know a lot of people, when they're thinking about doing online training, that might be a concern for them. Well, what about that accountability? What about being able to get in touch with that person? Scott's there. Like, you can email him and or text him on the app, and he responds right away. I am able to achieve weight loss and keep the weight off. Whenever I do lose weight, it stays off. I don't have that fluctuation like I used to. And that's because Scott's given me the tools that I need to be able to build a healthy lifestyle and to build a sustainable healthy lifestyle. So it's not like a fad. It's not something that's like just a quick fix. This is something I'm going to carry with me through the rest of my life and help me to keep the weight off that I want to have off. And most importantly, it keeps me healthy.
And it's been exactly what I needed. I get meal plans, I get varied workouts tailored to me and what my goals are, and it's been more than exceeding them. For a couple of years now, have maintained strength, flexibility, actually improved size, strength, flexibility, had great meal plans without having to think about any of it. And the best part is, while I generally look forward to getting up and doing my morning mobility flow and workout right when I wake up, it's on my schedule. I can do it where I want, when I want. So I could not be happier with it. I rave about the program to anyone who will listen, and it's more than exceeded everything I wanted from it. Thanks, Scott.
What intrigued me the most was his holistic approach, not just looking at the physical aspect, but also the nutritional side and take into account your lifestyle habits. I've enjoyed working with Scott, and I find that his program has really increased my mobility, my flexibility, as well as my energy levels. And he's really taken the time to understand where I'm at and what goals I'm trying to achieve in order to tailor the program to match it. I'm very happy that I signed up with Scott and feel that my overall health and well-being has improved in a positive way.
Hi, I'm excited to talk to you about my experience with Scott Laidler. It started soon after I'd had surgery on my cervical spine. When I was finally given the clearance to start working out again, I literally could not do one push-up. I tried to work out on my own to build back my strength, but the more research I did on how to lift properly, the more questions I had, and that's when I decided to look for an online trainer. The reason I chose Scott is, one, his great reviews, but two, you actually get to work with Scott, unlike many other online trainers who are well known, but you end up working with somebody who's on their team. And Scott's been great, not only in managing my whole workout program, but also to make sure that I'm eating properly to support the workouts. I've been working with Scott for 9 months, and the results have exceeded all expectations. So where I couldn't do one push-up when I started, cranking out 50 now is not a problem. And at 59, I've never felt better. My clothes are fitting better, and I'm excited to keep working out and seeing where this goes. So I've had really a great experience with Scott and feel very thankful that I found him.